Hey everybody, welcome to this month's newsletter. As you know, we've changed the newsletters now from an actual text thing to something that we could you can actually watch. So it's a vlog. Looks like it's a vlog newsletter. So what we thought we'd also do is rehash some old newsletters that I did send out over the years, because I know that we sent them out to like 28,000 people every single month, and if we got 1% people actually reading, because I don't know, people don't read anymore, but the feedback we got from those 1% really warmed us, and we thought, you know what, let's just do the same ones again, but just do a video of them, because people prefer to watch as opposed to read. So the first one we're going to talk about is 3 magic words that'll turn your wife into a love machine. Got it? I'm not even joking. 3 magic words that'll turn your wife into a passionate lover who wants you. Okay? And maybe it's the other way around. Maybe turn your husband into a passionate lover who wants you, because it works both ways. You know, I love it when Facebook actually works. I love it when Facebook sends something out that I can actually get my teeth into. And one of the articles, or one of the things it had was that 3 words that'll turn your wife on. And I looked at it, and I guess I'm paraphrasing what the exact article was about. But what it did was it just played with the 3 words and then asked people for comments of what you think those 3 words are. And I know as I'm speaking to you now, you're thinking of those 3 words, aren't you? Listen, I also, just to give credit, I searched high and low, and I spent ages trying to find out the original author of this piece who sparked this idea in my brain. And okay, it was 5 minutes, but I couldn't find it. But if you were the author, or if you know the author who started this whole thing and sent this letter out, respect. And it just sent the creative juices in my brain. So what are these 3 words that'll turn your wife or girlfriend, your companion, into a love machine? Well, a lot of people guessed words like I love you and I need you, or I respect you. I'm going to see the other ones. I'll clean up. Maybe it's after dinner. Here's another one. You complete me. I'm sorry, I think I nearly threw up in my mouth. You complete me, really. What are you, like a puzzle with some pieces missing? So everybody guessed, and they had a guess and a go at these 3 words. And maybe you'd like to have some funny comments down below, or send us some in the comment section. But the 3 words that I'm going to share with you today that I thought of are 3 words that encapsulate all of the things, like I love you and I miss you and I want you and all those other words. It encapsulates them all and takes it a step further. You see, the 3 words that I'm going to share with you now work in relationships, they work in friendships, they work in family, they even work in business, and they are a sign that shows appreciation and love and caring. There are 3 words, I promise you, they are so powerful and so important and so relevant that you can hardly achieve anything in your life, literally in your life, without using these 3 words. So, what are the 3 magic words? Are you ready? I've got this. No, that's it. You see, in a relationship, those 3 simple words, I've got this, shows that you care, shows that you are there for somebody. It shows support, it shows backup, it shows that you're giving your time for somebody else. When you are in any relationship, be it business or personal, and you're going through things which you're uncertain of, unsure of, frightened of, and you can have someone in your life who comes to you and says, I got this. There can be no greater support, love, aphrodisiac in the world that when somebody, when you're in trouble, looks at you and says, I got this. You see, everybody needs somebody to back them up in this little life experience that we're on. Nobody likes to know that they're alone in this life experience. And it's always nice and comforting to know that when the chips are down and when things are tough, that somebody is going to step forward. Somebody, a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a colleague, somebody is going to step forward when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like you're at your wit's end, when you are really in trouble and you don't know where to turn, and somebody just walks up and goes, I've got this. And you know what? With a subtle change, just a subtle change, you can actually make sure that they're not in it alone by just saying, don't worry, man, we've got this. You see that little difference? These are the 3 magic words. You see, they work for everybody, but especially women and children, because women and children need to know, and it's so important, it's so vital for them to know this. It's almost like the foundation that they need to know, that they can have a real man who will step up, step forward, and actually speak on their behalf, or with them, or for them, or next to them, or behind them, or be in front of them. You see, it's so important to have a guy who just steps forward and says to that little kid, don't worry, we got this. Says to that woman, don't worry, We got this. You see, in business, this is extremely relevant. You know when the wheels are coming off, you know when deliveries need to be done and invoices need to be paid and conflicts need to be resolved and things are not working out. You know when that colleague in your office, a manager, a subordinate, a customer, whatever it is, they're at their wits' end and they don't know what to do. Isn't it cool that you know that you can step forward into that person's life, just tap them on the shoulder and say, you go do what you need to do. You go where you need to go. I got this. We got this. Now, for you personally, it's probably one of the most powerful things that you can possibly say to yourself. You know, whenever you're feeling unsure, whenever you're feeling insecure, just say to yourself, I got this. I use it as a bit of a mantra as well whenever I'm in a situation that I'm uncertain about. And yes, I have situations where, like when I speak to scary audiences, like teenagers. Some of the toughest audiences to speak to are teenagers, okay? Or accountants, or lawyers, or engineers. Hey, accountants, lawyers, and engineers are people as well. You just got to add alcohol. You know, when I was really scared, I did a talk for 800 miners in Palabora. And I walked into that room, bud, and I thought to myself, and I just had to say, I got this. Or what about the 350 farmers in a little town called Hot as Hell? I was speaking at a co-op, and I walked in, I thought, I was the only Soti around. I said, I got this. Ek het dit. I don't know if you can translate it into Afrikaans. Listen, I try and use it as often as I can because it really is 3 fantastic words. And it just, you know what it does? It just instills confidence in whatever is going to happen, and especially if you can help other people. I try to think of some practical ideas where I've got this can actually work. When you're standing across a room from somebody that you desperately need to talk to and you don't know whether you should approach and say hi or not, or just put your shoulders back, say to yourself, I've got this, and go talk to them. You know, when you've got a big account and there's a big meeting and a lot is riding on it and you're really unsure, if you've done your homework, if you've prepared, if you know the benefits and you know your material, just walk in there and say to yourself, man, I got this. But most importantly, when your wife is feeling down or afraid, when she's feeling uncertain or scared, what you got to do is just hold her in your arms, look down at her, and with this confidence and a calmness, just look into her eyes and say to her, I've got this. Or even better, don't worry, we've got this. You see, when your son or your daughter is afraid of the exam or the test or the game or the rowing trials or the audition, this is the time when you look at your kids. You just say to them, don't worry, we've got this. And here's the thing, if we don't get it, there's always the next time. If we don't get it that time, we're going to handle anything that happens because, hey, we've got this. And next time, we'll definitely have this. So, other practical times where I think you can use it, it'd be so nice when you're about to go into surgery and the doctor looks down at you and says, I got this. Or maybe the caterer at a function where everything seems to be going pear-shaped, the caterer just looks at the worried client and says, don't worry, I got this. Or what about the Good Samaritan who sees a car broken down on the side of the road and the person battling, and they pull up next to him and they go, how's it going? And the person says, now this and this and this, and they just look at them and they go, don't worry, I got this. And I think now, which is very relevant, is when somebody in your family gets COVID and you just look at them and say, don't worry, we've got this. Most importantly, it's when she looks at you with those eyes and says, come with me, and walks you into the bedroom and says, I've got this. And then points to a rash all over her legs. Okay, I just thought I'd throw that in there just to levitate the situation. So here's the thing. I've got this basically is a confidence saying that shows the person's not alone. And it really is a thing that turns people on, that gets them excited and makes them feeling great when they know that they've either got this or you have got their back. Okay, so that's it. Have a fantastic month in this wonderfully challenging country. Don't ever give up. Keep the faith, keep hope, and just remember, hey, we got this.
Wait, how do you reverse it. Hello, Rich.